the legend, Mr. Sam Ford, the White Knight. How'd you make out today, Sam?
Today was okay. Could have done better, I think. But you know, I enjoyed myself. It's one thing I don't want to be hypocritical. I always tell my students, I say, win, lose, or draw. I say chess is the only game that I know where you can actually lose and still say you enjoyed yourself.
True.
Because before I played chess, I was a baller, a basketball player. I played softball. I actually had a offer to play semi-pro softball in high school. I played a couple of years of college basketball. Uh, but when I lost at those sports, I was highly disappointed. You can actually lose a chess game and still not be angry about it if you played a good game. If the other opponent outplayed you, he just outplayed you. You know, you take it with a grain of salt, and you learn from it, and you keep moving.
Mm-hmm.
So I teach chess for the school system, so I try to live by the same philosophies that I teach.
All right.
You know, and one of my philosophies, I told my students, I say, whenever I play chess, I win. And so they asked me, they said, well, Mr. Ford, are you saying you win every game of chess you play? I said, no, that is not what I said. I say I always win. I say I either win or I learn something. If I learn something, I'm winning in my book.
Mm.
So that's what that philosophy was predicated upon.
So, over the years, we all know you know Mr. Emory Tate.
Oh,
You
yeah.
and him was good friends. Anything you'd like to share?
So one of my best friends. I was always kind of fascinated by the way Emory played, because he would play players at the highest level successfully,
Mm-hmm.
and his analysis was so in depth it would be hard not to appreciate it. The only not so good thing that happened was one day I was talking to Emory. He called me from California, and I think he was telling me about he beat Ashley. I don't know if it was the Ashley game. He had beaten the Grandmaster, and so we were talking. And Emory's kind of long-winded when he gets into his mode. And I had one of these cheap phones where the minutes didn't last so long, and after so long, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna run out of minutes. So I was more concerned about the little minutes on the phone. So I kind of cut the conversation short. I just didn't know I would have sacrificed those minutes if I had only known that would be one of the last times that I talked to Emory. But you don't know these things. I mean, who anticipates a man who looks like a picture of health that something's gonna happen, But the next day is not promised to us. And Emory is a classic example of that. I mean, the man looked like a picture of health. He was a martial artist, well-trained, trained his children. Not only was he well-versed in chess, he spoke, that I know of, 3 or 4 languages fluently, and he was a martial artist, so he was like he was like a superhero type person in my eyesight, And even though he was younger than me, I looked up to him, and justifiably so, because he's like the purest tactician that I know personally. Of course, I know about other grandmasters, but they weren't part of my personal life. I knew Emory. I knew about his family, his children. Obviously, he did a good job with his children. His daughter is a black belt in karate. His son, last I heard, was world kickboxing champion. So not only was he well-rounded, he pass that on to his children. And that's what I heard a man is supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, in my eyesight, not only was he a great chess player, he's one of the nicest guys I ever met.
Thank you, Mr. Ford.
Okay.
May I add